Shanti. This point of time, we call it the time of change, the confluence between us struggling and having a lot of difficulty in our lives and life becoming easier. And we all know when we look out into the world that many people are having the idea to have a more positive approach to life and to do meditation and become peaceful. The understanding we have is that the positive aspect will win. The world is changing. There will be a change. And we're at this time of change. And change brings us great advantages to ourselves personally now at this point of time, this important time. Because even by being slightly calm, the benefits are huge. Even being slightly kinder or friendlier, the benefits are huge. Learning the arts of spirituality, becoming peaceful, and beginning to understand our own destiny. We talk about the law of karma. The more we put something useful in, the more that comes back to us. If we spend a bit of our life energy now looking at these things and taking them on board, and with sincerity, doing our best to put it back out again into a good form so that it does change our attitudes, changes the way we think, the way we feel. We do it ourselves. We make decisions ourselves. We're very, very lucky. Something in us has tuned into something different. Because something in you is starting to look for the better part of you. You're looking for your own strength and your power and your understanding, and you're looking to let your love and wonder come out into the world. And now it's not easy to do. And we do it through meditation. To sit and meditate, yes, you'll get some peaceful, calm benefits. It's not the whole story. You need power-assisted steering, actually. You do actually need to get the strength of knowing God. And it's at this point of time that we can know that there is a benevolent source. And that benevolent source is there, but by the law of karma, that source will never, ever interfere in our lives. So we can be as bad as we want and as good as we want. But that source will just observe, would never interfere. You have to connect with that source. And then that source will give you everything they have. Everything. Otherwise it wouldn't be fair. Because everyone would say, but what about us? How come we didn't get that strength and power? Why? Because you didn't connect. You have to connect. And then everything in you that's good and that you love, that makes you you, that makes you unique, that makes you individual. You've all got your individual wonder. All that's in you can start to show itself to you, first of all. And so it is connection with that power source, showing the benefits. The benefits are always for the self, always for the self. Has to be for the self, because unless that energy comes out to be used, it's like a millionaire has got $1 million, but it's in the bank, can't use it, can go about homeless, got no money, he's starving, he's in rags, but his £1 million is all tied up. So all your power's in you, but if you don't know you've got it, and then once you start to bring it out, it's there, now you can use it in your life. And you use it by bringing these qualities out into the surface. Interaction. Interaction will create your future. For interaction, you need to use the energy of love. Love is understanding, respect, caring, accepting, all these energies of cooperation, helpfulness, enthusiasm, kindness, friendliness, smiling. It's all in love. And as we learn how to use all that energy, it affects people around us. Doesn't mean they're maybe going to come and actually do what you're doing, but it means you will have helped them, and you will have shifted the whole energy of your life So those are the benefits, but the benefits go on and on and on, actually, and on and on and on and on. They're not just limited because we're energy. And we talked recently about rebirth, reincarnation. You take your beautiful energy with you to your next birth, or you take your depressed energy with you to your next birth. Whatever your energy's like now in this birth, and this is the time of change, you take that with you. So that's why time is valuable, and we use everything we have in a worthwhile way, everything of our good bit of ourselves. That's why we spend time developing, bringing it out, getting to know it. I get to know myself, but I get to know God. I get to know that these energies of purity, peace, love, happiness and strength, that's what God's made of, those energies. That's what I'm made of too. And in living form, physical human being form, I use those energies and put them into virtue and positive ways of thinking, positive attitudes. And I get positive power, positive strength from my own energies. But I can't access them without the super drive, the big powerful steering. Because otherwise we would all be somehow becoming positive and zooping about with our millions. But it's not like that, you see. Is the world, and there's the obstacles and the problems and the things that come in front. The obstacles will come in front, but you have to not spend time trying to break them down, but spend just in a second, remember what this is all about, and take a high jump, they say, so it's remember you are the energy, and you can get the power, and you can go beyond it and let it go. The thing is to recognise it's a rock or an obstacle and you're going to break it up and go, what happened? How can I fix this? Oh, what can I do here? Oh my goodness. And that's taking me back into my heavy energy. Or I just go, there it is, what am I going to do? I have power, I have strength, I have calmness, I have coolness, and I've got support. And suddenly that seems to be very small, that obstacle that was in front. The important thing is this understanding the energy of God. And it's a very, very simple, at this point in time, you can have the chance to know that energy, not just to pray to that energy and wonder who, what, oh gosh, what's going on, but to actually connect. It's almost like a blood transfusion. You're going to get their blood go through you, only it's not blood, it's just subtle energy. You can get the same energy awakened in you, your own energy wakening up, but you can have a feeling that you have a friend, have a support. Practical, down-to-earth way that I do this is I just see that as a person, not physical like you and I at that point, but just see that this is a benevolent, beautiful, that I can tell. And I think a good start for this is to just talk to that energy with your thoughts. I used to sit and tell that energy everything. Oh, it was the greatest counselling ever, or the greatest confession if that was your religion, just everything. And no one's there to know it. It's not like you're telling it to a human being. Such a relief. Because then it's putting it in front of you, and then you maybe start to see it a bit different as you put it out. Tell everything, and you'll just know that if you want strength and support, you could phone your friends and get a little bit of encouragement, and that's quite good, but you won't get that strength and support that you would get by telephoning that one. A source of love, really, and wonder in your life. And this is what can take you beyond all the... We'd never know what's round the corner. Doesn't matter how positive we might become. Doesn't matter how healthy we might be. Doesn't matter how wealthy we might be. You do not know what's round the corner. And it's that comes and can give you quite a shock or a trauma. And it's like, how do you cope? How do you cope? And whilst coping, it could be your last breath. And then where are you going? You're going to take that heaviness with you. Whereas Raj Yoga teaches us, no matter what's happening, you hold on, you do the very best you can. And if you can continue that conversation, it's going to help you a lot. So it is getting to know you. But you can only get to know you through having the strength. I look at technology and I think, wonderful, it can do this, can do that, do this, do that. If you need recharged, your battery needs recharged and there's no electricity, it's not any use to you. So I can have all the stuff inside me that's like, wow, 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 but I've no energy. You often think, I could do that, and I could do this, and I do know that, and I do know this, but when it comes to actually doing it, it's like, and why? Is it because we're bad or anything? No, we haven't got the energy to do it. So that's why love is the greatest power, and why we're encouraged to express our beautiful energy in interaction, which then affects others. Sit still and think and go calm, peaceful, focus on point of energy, focus on God. We live in the world and we have to move through the world, through our obstacles, have all the different things that are tricky. If we've no energy to go through it, but with Raj Yoga I've got a chance with that connection to have more and more energy to go through this, more and more energy, you could say, to make a difference. The difference comes in me, and then I make a difference wherever I go. Quite often we have a phrase which is multi-millions at every step, with every breath. With every breath, once you have power, everything you do will be, if you checked it to what we were like before we had some understanding and strength, the difference is like night and day. Another incredible thing that can happen to us is that you begin to see the goodness in other people. I think it's not an easy thing to see, sincerely. We can think we must and see bits of things, and people are full of virtue really, but they haven't got the energy to put it out a lot of the time. And then we can complain because they were grumpy. But if they haven't the strength at that point to be anything else but grumpy, grumpy's what you get. But if you start to look beyond grumpy, you can think, gosh, they're really kind. And when you see that, somehow that touches them, because we're beings of energy. So it goes on. And it's an absolute win-win-win-win-win situation. It's like the third eye opens. Your thinking, your vision, your understanding opens. But how can it open? How can you open the door? You need to pull it open, or push it open, or even click it open. You need to do something if it's shut. And it's like then all your understanding opens. You come and you listen, something resonates inside you. You do get introduced to the idea of the Supreme Energy. Something happens to you that you don't really maybe know. You've been touched by that understanding. A door opens for you. I call it for myself, it's the door of possibility. And in that door of possibility, your brick wall is removed and you have a horizon you can see. And then it's up to you, if you put your foot on that path and decide to explore that possibility, or you decide to just stand there and not go any further. And some people step right back and do their best to shut the door. But just to tell you, in real energy terms, that door of possibility opens for you. We sometimes use terms like the lock on your intellect has opened, or your third eye has opened. So it's quite exciting. That's why we're all still sitting here after many years, because we know it opened for us. And it's subtle. It's very subtle. It's not a big whiz-bang magic wand. It's very subtle. It's very subtle, but I get to know God. I get to know that these energies of purity, peace, love, happiness and strength, that's what God's made of, those energies. That's what I'm made of too. Peace, love, happiness and strength, that's what God's made of, those energies. That's what I'm made of too. These energies of purity, peace, love, happiness and strength, that's what God's made of, those energies. That's what I'm made of too. And in living form, physical human being form, I use those energies and put them into virtue and positive ways of thinking, positive attitudes. Peace, love, happiness and strength. Peace, love, happiness and strength.